Puppy dogs. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Is it working today? I do not know. We shall see if it's working today. We shall see if it's working today. I don't know if my playback is not working over there. My playback's not working. Why is my playback not working? I don't know why my playback's not working today. What's up, little chippy dudes? Who was first in the chat? Let's see who's first in the chat. Ella Gregory was first. Ella Gregory, first one in the chat. First one in the chat. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't know why my playback's not working over here. Let me see if I can get it to work. Is it working? Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Well, anyhow, what's up, Internet? What's going on? How is everyone doing today? As I said, Ella Gregory, first one to the chat. Oh, it's probably because I've got two open. No, maybe not. I don't know. My playback's not working over here, so I can't watch and figure out what's going on. Hold on a second. Let me click the thing over here. Oh, clicking things over here. All right. Well, what's up, everybody? We're back. We're back. We are back. We have returned from space and time and flying around in the sky. As you can tell, I'm a little bit jet lagged. I'm a little bit tired. We managed to survive the onslaught of going to the Aquatic Experience out in Chicago, which was a lot of fun, and we're gonna look at some of the stills from there. We're gonna check out some of the stills today. We're also going to look at. Actually, we're just gonna look at the stills. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that went on at the Aquatic Experience because it is fresh in my mind. I'm fresh off the boat, as it were. Not necessarily like an actual boat. I probably could have taken a boat, considering how far I've traveled. But it was quite a lengthy little trip to get out, get out there and get back. And at this point in time, I'm a little bit frazzle McDazzle, but that's all right because it's Monday and we got to do the Monday show, which means, you know, Monday's always a good day to be a little bit off your game, right? But nevertheless, we're happy to be here, happy to be around, and trying to keep up on the chat here a little bit. Hold on. What is this thing doing? Hold on. Come here. Come here. Look at my hair. My hair's out of control today. It's a good look. It's extra bouffant. Let's see. So, Juan M. Ruiz says, I saw some people going live on YouTube, and you did not talk much. I thought it was funny. Yeah, let's see. I don't know whose live streams I was on. I'm not sure whose live streams I was on or what I was asked or what we were supposed to cover. I know Rob had somebody's mic and he was he was shoving it in my face and asking me really weird questions. Like I know that he was asking me what did we learn that was interesting about me, and I was like, I don't know. What did you learn about me? And but it was a lot of fun, just off the cuff, just to let people know that it was a lot of fun. Anybody who doesn't necessarily want to hang out for the long term today, I'll just let you guys know right off the bat, it was a lot of fun. So the first little bit of business here. Let's say hi to a couple of people in the chat. Ella Gregory was the first one to the chat. And she's surprised there isn't. I think at that point she was surprised there weren't more people here. I only put up the notification about 8 minutes before I went live here, because I've been essentially just trying to offload. How many SD cards do I have here? I got 4 right here, and there are other ones. I'm trying to sort through everything that all of the images I took and all that kind of stuff, and get things sorted out. But Cute Nix is here also, and Gone Mad. Turbo Fish is here. What's up? Happy birthday again to the Turbo Fish, and we'll talk about Gone Mad, Turbo Fish, and a bunch of other people too here in just a second. So don't feel like I'm leaving you out. Candy Overhauls is here. We'd also like to give a shout out to Caleb out there. If Caleb is listening today, Caleb, we're with you. The hashtag Fish Fam is with you, and we're thinking about you, and we want you to keep kicking ass down there in Colorado. I believe they're in Colorado, Denver, the Rocky Mountain High. What is that? You know, the Rocky Mountain High. Don't go the John Denver route. Just go the regular old Denver, like, Broncos route, and win a the Lombardi, the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Just win a Vince Lombardi Trophy down there in Denver. Wushu Jimmy Brown is here. What is up, man? Glad to be back. Steven Skoglund is here. What's up, my man? Kyle Paith, Jamie McDonald is here. Good evening. Yes, good evening. It's becoming evening now. It's even becoming dark here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it is definitely becoming evening here, even though it's supposedly just, the normal old afternoon, right? Let's see. Mary Beth Mabe is here. Was having Corvus withdrawals. Well, hopefully you don't have crazy withdrawals, nothing too bad. I noticed that Little Largemouth just commented on one of my really old videos from 2012, which is, I think that thing's about to be 6 years old video. So, the comment was, wow, you sound so young in this. Wow, you sound so young in this video, and I realized that, that was only like 6 years ago, which means I was 31. So apparently I sounded young when I was 31. So, yeah, hopefully, well, maybe I do. Maybe I did sound young. Maybe I did. And maybe now I sound young while sounding old at the same time. Middle-aged, I guess. I guess I'm coming up on middle-aged, right? That's just a few years down the road. The middle. The Bearded Fish Keeper is here. What is up? I hope I meet that guy this week. I hope I meet that guy soon. I hope I meet that bearded fish keeper one of these days. Steven Skoglund says episode 600 and over 6K subs. Yes, we are over the 6,000 mark thanks to you guys hitting the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button because it's Monday. Why not? Right? Yeah, I'm glad to be over the 6,000 mark. We're trying to hit 10, right? Million? Is that arrogant? Probably. But we got to have lofty goals here because we're going to just keep going. We're just going to keep going, doing stuff, and, making videos about it and stuff. And chatting with you guys and having fun. So, 10 million? Is that too many? I don't know. Probably. Grumpy Santa is here lurking. The Beard Game coming in at number 18. Bentley Pasco says, welcome back to the land of kickers who missed 3 field goals in a game. Yes. Quick Seahawks update. Somehow the Seahawks lost the game yesterday by missing many, many, many field goals, which is kind of absurd, but luckily I didn't get to watch it live. Otherwise, I probably would have freaked out while instead trying to have Turbo Fish birthday dinner, which turned out to be much more enjoyable experience than trying to watch the Seahawks football while they failed. let's see, Mass Aquariums was nice enough to point out that his Patriots coming out of Mass Aquariums, Boston, Mass, that they scheduled the bye for him so he could go to the Aquatic Experience, which is very nice of the New England Football Patriots to do that for Mass Aquariums. I didn't realize he had such an in with those dudes, but that's pretty fantastic. It's nice to schedule the bye weekend for the Aquatic Experience so we don't have to try and run around and find scores on a Sunday, So that worked out. Worked out well for him, I would say. For me, I just ended up finding out that the Seahawks lost to the Redskins, which is weird. Jeff Rowe is here. Ben WR, BC Fish Room. What's up, BC Fish Room? Gary B is here. Juan M. Ruiz, tell us about Chicago. We will. I have a bunch of still pictures from Chicago. We're definitely going to get to some of that. Rob Hicks is here. Welcome back. Welcome back, Corvus and all. Yes, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to be back. As I said, I'm a little bit jet lagged, so I'm sure my brain is like a brain of a squirrel right now because I'm like, whoa, what's that? And easily distracted and a little bit tired, a little bit jet lagged. So we not only am I contending with the jet lag, but then we also changed the daylight savings time while across the country, so I think that probably has something to do with it. And then a hour-long taxi ride also on top of the because let's see, so got to the airport hour and a half early, plus driving to the airport. I don't know how long was the traveling around today. I don't know, 9 hours, 10 hours, something like that of traveling around. I don't know, just a lengthy weirdness. So, but either way, not the worst thing I've ever had to contend with. And on top of that, it was so enjoyable to meet all of the people. Everyone keeps asking me what's the best thing about the Aquatic Experience, and I'm going to continue to reiterate meeting all of the people. Don't get me wrong. There were a lot of cool fish tanks, a lot of cool displays, a lot of cool stuff going on at the Aquatic Experience. But the coolest thing at the Aquatic Experience was all the fans, all the people that showed up. That was the whole reason I was there. In all honesty, the whole reason I went out there was to meet some of you guys, to get a chance to say hi, have some chats with you guys, have some sandwiches, eat some ribs, whatever, eat some meals with you guys and have a good time. Just enjoying ourselves, looking around at the stuff out there. A lot of people have pointed out to me that they, there's a lot of retailers there. There's a lot of people selling and I didn't have anything to sell, so the whole reason I was there was to come meet the fans. I met a lot of cool people, and I don't want anybody to feel slighted if I do forget to mention anybody, but I will try to mention everybody over this week that I met. Over a lot of the people. There was a lot of people that we met. I know that one day, and one day I was trying to keep track of all the people that I met, and there was I got to like 80 something, and I definitely met probably twice the amount of that, like on the first day that I was there. So, I have no idea. I have no idea how many people I met or whatnot. And I definitely don't want to be that guy that's like, forgetting people or anything like that. And bear in mind, I'm not intentionally doing that. A lot of this is stream of consciousness, so sometimes things just fall through the cracks of my Swiss cheese old brain here. So, but it was amazing. I met a lot of cool people, saw a lot of cool stuff. But as I tried to reiterate to a couple of people, it was essentially the people was the great thing. Like, there's Deb Schramm. She's in the chat, popped in there. Deb and Cole, met her and her husband. We went out. We all went out, came out to dinner with us. Got an opportunity to chat with them, learn some stuff about them. Like Keng Lee, actually got to meet Keng Lee there in the chat. Hang out with him, his lovely wife, I think it's his wife. I don't want to be like saying somebody's wife or girlfriend, or I don't know. I don't want to screw that up, but they were awesome. A little largemouth just popped in to ask how's my jet lag. It's amazing. It's amazing. My jet lag from flying across the country and then adapting there, and then the time switch with the daylight savings right in the middle. That was really helpful. It was really helpful to have the time change right there in the middle and then fly back here and try and figure out what time it is, because right now my body feels like it's 7 or something. No, 6, but then 5, but then now it's 4, but it's actually supposed to be 3 o'clock my time. I don't know. It's really weird. So just dealing with that. I'll probably be a little frazzled tomorrow still, and then Wednesday I'll probably be pretty normal. So speaking of tomorrow, the regular The Real Fish Talk will be tomorrow with Corey, so be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for that hour talk. I'm sure Corey and I would imagine the first thing that we're going to talk about is the aquatic experience, I would guess. It was honestly, it was really amazing to get an opportunity to just kind of hang around with Corey the whole weekend. He and I have spent a fair bit of time together, working on projects and talking and doing podcasts and all that kind of stuff. He's a great dude one-on-one, but it was really amazing to see him like dealing with all of the fans and stuff, and how cool it was to see him just Iron Man it, because if 1 out of 10 people, which is kind of generous, was a fan of mine, all of those 10 people were a fan of his, and he definitely was dealing with all of the people that were coming through. So it was pretty fun to see like how much he, it really solidified what he and I talk about, and one of the big reasons that a lot of people have asked, hey, why are you collaborating with Corey? And one of the big reasons we agree on a lot of stuff, and one of those things is that building the community and building this hobby and stuff is the most important thing that we have. And there's a jet flying around. Must be daylight savings drills or something. It sounded like that was right over my house. But as I was saying, we both strongly believe that growing this hobby and growing a community within all these groups, with us being spread throughout the world, to try and connect people and trying to connect more people, that really solidified that in my head this weekend in regards to that situation. It was great to see how much that guy really cares, because there's just not there just really didn't seem to be anybody that was, there were a ton of people that were super engaged there, but that guy was only engaged to give stuff away. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of funny when you see like a salesman who's super jazzed and way into stuff, but that dude's trying to make a buck, and realistically Corey was just trying to give away dollars. He gave away all of those red shirts that you guys have seen all across the whole convention and all that was going on. He just gave those away. Those were all free to people that showed up, and that was very impressive to see that, and also see all of the fans come out, and just the outpouring of like cool people. Honestly, we're all a bunch of weirdos. Myself, fully weirdo myself. I say that in the nicest way possible. We just are just a weird group of people, honestly. But the one thing that seemed all across the board was that a lot of really cool, genuine, really caring kind of people. It was really cool. It's like smiles all around, just people kind of chumming it up and having a good time. Michelle Angel is here. DK Fishhooks Aqua Team Racing. Oh, that is a long name. What substrate for my big shrimp tank? Okay, so I've got multiple substrates in both aquariums. I want to just answer this real quick because I saw it pop up there and it'll just rattle around in my head. There's lots of different kind of substrates in both of those tanks. The 240 has a mixture of mainly fluorite in there, along with some aqua soil. And what else is in there? But my main 150 gallon that will be the main shrimp tank moving forward is actually ADA aqua soil, fluval stratum, and fluorite black sand are the 3 substrates that are in there. If there was, the 2 I would recommend for a large shrimp tank like that would be the fluval stratum as the main, and then use some of the fluorite sand to help fill in the front for all those fine rooting stuff. Look at this calic I got going on back here. This is all sorts of, my hair is all sorts of crazy today. It's bugging me, and I'm just trying not to look over there at the monitor, right? That would be the smart thing to do. All right, let me check over here real quick. All right. So as you guys know, all right, so we have a little bit of business to attend to here. Let's see. What was my was that my personal jet flying over? No, that was not my personal jet. I fly coach all the way in the back in row 25. So not, I guess not all the way in the back, but that's pretty close to the back in a 737-700. Let's see. Oh, that sucks. Maybe you can stick them in orders. I didn't get to watch the whole 2 hours. I had to leave. Hello, Rack Cross. Let's see. What up? Let's see. Dank Tanks is here. What's up, Dank Tanks? And Gene Tesk. That's what I love about the Fish Fam folks. Always so positive and welcoming to new people in the hobby, not judgmental. That is a good point. Flynn must be around here. I haven't got to something. V-Stag says, it was great to meet me. Oh, it was great to meet you. Let's see. I was so comfortable vlogging. Then I tried vlogging at the airport today, and I got so many weird looks. Yeah. Yep. Vlogging at the airport is always weird. I think everybody's always in a weird vibe at the airport, regardless. And then there's some guy talking to a camera walking around. It's like, oh, hashtag triggered, right? Let's see. Oh, Flynn's Fish Forum. Yeah, that one moment on Sunday, there was like 6 vloggers. Yeah, that's right. There was a lot of people vlogging. Definitely met a lot of people from the YouTube community, right? Met a lot of YouTubers there around the YouTube table. Got to know some of you guys. Bill Elsden, actually met Bill Elsden and said his name wrong and right, as I normally do. I normally get it wrong. Now I seem to be getting it right, which is weird. Let's see. All right, so I can't really catch up on the chat right now because there's a lot going on there. A lot of chat going on. Let's see. Will a carpeting plant spread across gravel? Ella Gregory's asking. If it's kind of a finer gravel, it will eventually spread across. I just find it a little bit easier with some sand, just to kind of help the roots kind of cruise along and grip as it goes. I've done the kind of finer gravel, any stuff that's like really anything that's, I'm trying to think of something that's the size. And well, either way, any of the bigger gravels, it's not, it will still carpet. It just won't carpet as well, I guess, if that kind of makes sense. It just helps, I don't know. It helps the fine roots grab in, realistically. I think that's the best way. I think that's the best way to put it down, put it together. Brian Schuerman, I was watching your old filter video earlier. Definitely a gem of a video. Yeah, I've definitely got some old wonky videos, that's for sure. Honestly, when I started out, doing videos and stuff like that, it wasn't necessarily that much of a production. I think when I started out doing stuff, I think I just had an iPod. I think that was the only thing I had was an iPod. I had an iPod and a computer, and I think that was basically it. And definitely is not the same as it is now. So I understand as people run through some of the old stuff and they go like, "This guy's just a weirdo. This guy's just some weird crackpot. Which, hey, that'll be fine. That'll be fine if you think that, because it'd probably be a good assessment, realistically. As I've said in the past, I don't know everything. I 100% don't know everything. And at times people ask questions and then I have to go figure it out. But that's the fun. That's the fun. Oftentimes when people bring a question to me that I don't know, I'm more appreciative of somebody bringing a question to me just on a personal level. No, that's not right. That's not right to say I'm more appreciative. No, let me rephrase that. I am appreciative of people that bring me questions for stuff that I don't know, because it gives me a chance to go kind of research and figure out what's going on. So that's the way that I appreciate it. And but that's also kind of the fun, is that people bring when people bring stuff to the table, it gives me an opportunity to go, oh man, what is that? I don't know. Oh my God, I gotta go find out. Also, it's all part of being the community, right? Oh, gotta get some coffee in me because I'm zazzing out over here. Just gotta stay up 5 more hours, you guys. I did almost take a nap earlier. I almost fell asleep. I sat down to eat a little sandwich. Oh my gosh! I didn't even remember this. So here's some of the crazy stuff that happened on the way home today. All right, yeah, okay. This is why. So pretty much everything with the travel, other than Gone Mad driving me to the airport, it took way longer than it was supposed to. It took us a while to load, just because it took a while to load. Not a big deal. Like, our flight crew showed up a little bit late. A few people needed some extra help. Like, help me with my baby. So nothing big. And then they never loaded the food onto the plane. So then we were waiting on the tarmac for a while for them to load food on the plane, and then they were like, yeah, cool, man, we got food on the plane now he's good. So then we went and took off, and somebody had a seizure on the plane. So then they were trying to figure out if we were going to have to land the plane. And there was something like 3 doctors on the plane. So they went back, kind of figured out what was going on, and I think they stabilized her or whatnot. As far as I could tell, it seemed like they had moved her to the back of the plane and like were essentially just keeping an eye on her to make sure that she was all right. So I think the thing is that, like, oh, you'll be okay. They basically did something to help her out, right? Then she just seemed to be stable after that, and so that was going along, right? Then it turns out that they never did load on the food onto the plane. So then, because of the whole seizure situation, they hadn't figured out that the food wasn't on the plane. So now all they had was like cooler food. So they had like cheese and cracker kind of stuff. And so when it came time when they were supposed to be like feeding people, they started handing out a bunch of free liquor to people, which, as you guys know, I don't drink, being a super sober guy, so I got a free water. Yeah. But here's the real winnings that I got. So I did get free cheese and crackers. I didn't have to pay for them, so that was kind of cool. But here's the real upsell that I got. I got extra packages of those Biscoff cookies. I don't know if you've ever had those cookies on the airplane, but they taste like pumpkin. It's like if you made pumpkin cheesecake into this delicious little, like, cookie that you would probably eat with tea or something. So I got 4 packages of those, which means I only have 2 packages left. It's like a psycho. I ate 2 of them right away. So I did get some of those free cookies, which I'm going to save those until some kind of cool point in time when I feel like, hey, man, I want one of them airplane cookies, and then so I'll eat some of those. But those Biscoff, I don't know how you say it course, I don't know how to say it, but the Biscoff. So I did look those up on Amazon, and you can actually order those on Amazon. So I'm considering ordering a box of those someday. If I end up having an extra $20, I think I'm going to order some of those cookies, or maybe I'll add them to the Amazon wish list or something. So before I forget, let's get to the whatchamacallit, the business portion here. The business portion. This show is brought to you by two groups of people. This show is brought to you by the patronizers, right? That's you guys, which means we're slowly building. One of the things that kept coming up at the convention was a whole bunch of YouTubers came up to me and said, "Your Patreon is dope. How are you going to get your Patreon going?" And I said, "Well, turn off your ads and start a Patreon." And nobody else wanted to do it. There's only a couple people out there that are doing it. Another one of them out there is Sashimi Whiskey. And as you guys know, the whole reason for the Patreon is to start crowdfunding stuff and not being beholden to the idea that we all need to watch Chevy truck ads or tampon ads or depression drug ads or a movie you never want to watch ad, right? It's all crazy. So the Patreon is how everybody's chipping in $1, $5, $10 a month. It's once a month at the end of the month. Everyone's chipping in on that, and it is awesome to see it. We're at 106 patronizers. It is badass. I'm totally stoked about it. Another guy out there that's doing projects is that Sashimi Whiskey right there. Corey Aquarium Co-op, Bob Steenfot, he's also got one. I haven't seen. LR Bretts has one also. So it's sort of one of those things that you could do the $1, $5 a month or something like that, and kick in with a lot of people that are making a ton of content for you guys out there. You could be cool like me and turn off your. I cut the cable. Now all my cable all comes from the internet or a. I have an antenna outside for like live things that happen locally, which honestly saves me about $100 a month, which means I kick that $100 towards the creators that I want to watch. Like, it's basically, if you think about it this way, like I give $10 to Netflix, I give $10 to HBO, I give $10 to starting this month, I'm going to start patronizing 10 channels out there, which is going to be fun. I'm going to be coming up doing that fairly soon here, and I'll show you guys the links to those ones there. I've been trying to just get there to be 10 that I want to do, so I'm going to be coming up on that to 10 other channels that I think are worth patronizing. But because of you guys, we're able to like go out to the convention to meet you guys and do that kind of stuff. Some people were asking me like, "Hey, what's going on with the goal?" Because we're below the goal to turn off all the advertising in it. Before I left, I may or may not have made this apparent to you guys out there that we were below the goal, and it was for a reason. That Corey and I talked about it, and we thought it was a little bit odd to have one person kicking in as much as he was from the Aquarium Co-op, right? It just. Not that it was a bad thing. It was just a little bit odd to have one person kicking in so much, right? So we just said, you know what? Out of good faith, that I know that that we already have 106 people. It'll probably keep growing, and we'll be able to start doing more and more bigger projects down the road. Just put yours down at $20, and it'll be cool. So the ads are still off, but here's the caveat. This actually works out pretty well. We do have a legitimate sponsor now, and it is Corey from Aquarium Co-op. So you see, so we turned it, we flipped it like that. If you guys don't know about the Aquarium Co-op, go check it out. If you're looking for live plants, if you're looking for really easy fertilizers, that kind of stuff, go check it out there. And if you're looking to order stuff, he's a really respectable guy. One of the big reasons that I'm down with doing stuff with the Aquarium Co-op is, here's one of the big reasons right here. When they bring in plants, they don't turn around and sell them right away. They convert them from being grown above water. They give them a 2-week period in a tank to get them to adapt before they send them out into the mail. And I think that's a huge thing. I know a ton of guys that don't do that don't take the time and don't really care. They just want to resell stuff, and that's not the way that they do it there. And And that's what I really respect. It's taking that extra step to try out that kind of stuff, to quarantine those plants, to make sure that they're grown properly underwater, to test out the equipment that they sell. I mean, somebody pointed out to me when I made a flu ball unboxing video, which is expect more weird videos like that in the future, by the way. But I made a Fluval Light unboxing video, and somebody referred to me to Corey's video where he actually threw one of the lights into the water to see if they actually were water resistant. It's like, hey, the thing is water resistant. It's like, oh, they actually tested it out. So that's one of the sponsors. That's the only sponsor, and the only kind of ads you're gonna get are ones where I'm actually just talking about them. So I don't think it's too bad. But if you're going to go there and you want Corey and I to keep doing the podcast stuff, you can use the Podcast 10. Use the Podcast 10 when you check out. And as far as I know, it gives you 10% off, which is, hey, who doesn't like 10% off? And if you were going to buy stuff anyhow, it's a super cool way to go, hey, man, keep doing that podcast, because I like to listen to it on Sunday while I'm driving around in the woods or whatever it is you do on Sunday. That one comes out on Sunday, and the other one comes out tomorrow morning. The tomorrow morning one is live, so I'm sure a bunch of you guys that like the live interactivity and all that kind of stuff, spin in there at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You'll see me and Corey, and you'll get an opportunity to probably ask us a question tomorrow about the aquatic experience and stuff like that. JH Aquatics was bummed he didn't get to interview me. He could have interviewed me. We could have talked about space-time and what gravity wells will affect us in the future. It may or may not have something to do with anything out there. Who knows? And you know what happened? You know what I just realized right here? I forgot to load the video, so I'm going to ramble on here for a second while I fix the chat. Hold on, let's fix this chat. Let's bring the chat back on here. I forgot to set up scene 4, you guys. But luckily, I know right where the file is because I put it where the file goes. You know, it's in the files. They're in the computer. These files are right here, over here in the computer. And I don't remember what I named it. Oh, there it is. I named it Convention. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, we're starting out. We're starting out with a double whammy here. Big money, no whammies. Oh, I have to line up the video there. There we go. Let's make this thing play, and then let's start it over. All right, two of everybody's favorites out there, Mr. Peck Tech himself and Mr. LR Bretts right here at the beginning. We're going to let that play while you guys kind of get a chance to look at it, and then whoever you want me to answer, we'll answer some questions here as we go through, but I'm going to answer some of the chat stuff. Little Largemouth is asking, in aquariums with multiple substrates, do you layer them in a particular way, like coarsest first to finest? Yes, I'll answer that question right now with the fact that I will answer that question with the fact that, yeah, I do start out with larger and work your way up to finer. Though if you are going to have sand, bear in mind, keep the sand towards the front and keep it shallow, because it will settle down. It will just work its way all the way down to the bigger substrate down at the bottom, and become real kind of clogged up down there. The one advantage of having a bigger substrate, like for instance, you know, I know a lot of people use lava rock and stuff like that. I don't personally, but I know a lot of people that like it. I used to use it and don't anymore. A lot of people like to have a lava rock base down at the bottom, because it gets a little bit of nice little bit of flow down there. Get a little bit of water floating around down there to kind of clear things out underneath if it's deeper in the back, which does help. Nowadays, I actually just use if I'm going to build up the back like that, instead of using lava rock or anything along those lines, I'll use light diffuser or PVC or something along those lines. I just find that to be a little bit easier. There are, bear in mind, there are just a couple of the aquariums in this. A fully aquarium video will be coming out later. So let's stick with most of the people that are in some of the stills here. I'm also trying to find one of my one of my SD cards that has a whole bunch of video and pictures on it. It's I can't locate it. I haven't been able to locate it yet, so hopefully we'll find it. Let's see with some of the chat here. Someone needs to pledge $1. I'm at 666. That's right. We're at 666 on the Patreon, guys. So maybe somebody should pledge $1. Because we're at the number of the beast right now, which might be good, might be bad. Who knows? Why is everything loading so slowly today? There we go. Why my everything's running all slow over here. But yeah, we are at 666, so maybe we should get off that bad luck number, right? Let's see. Michael Hoffman is in the chat. Says it was great to meet me. It's great to meet you, man. Fantastic tank you had there. I hope it got sold. I caught a little rumor that maybe Jay Wilson sold that giant tank that was there. It was a 12-footer. I don't know how many gallons it was, because no one could really tell me what gallons it was, and I personally didn't put a tape measure on it to tell you what size it was, but it was 12 feet long, big tank. It was a big glass tank though, so I didn't have that huge jealousy factor kicking in. You know what I'm saying? If it was a 12-foot acrylic, I think I might have peed a little, honestly, you guys. But it was a glass tank, so I was able to restrain myself and not freak out. So, but I heard a rumor that he sold that one. I hope Michael Hoffman sold that nice tank that he had there. Let's see. Let's catch up with the thing. Jeff Rose saying the plants at Aquarium Co-op are beast, and that is correct. I wholeheartedly agree with that comment for sure. BC Fish Room, I'd order from Aquarium Co-op, but I'm in the wrong country. The right country. You could drive down. I think BC, if you're in Vancouver, you could always drive down and bring them back across the border by driving. So maybe that's worthwhile. Maybe there's something cool you want to do down in Seattle or something like that. You could drive down. Let's see. Susan from SLC saying hi to Rob Hicks. What's up, Rob Hicks? A lot of our Canadians seem to be on point, on game today. I like that. Frank Dominguez is here. What's up, man? He wasn't first to the chat, and I didn't see him earlier, so glad to see Frank. What's up, dude? Rob Hicks, only Lucas can style that shirt. Agreed, 100%. JC's Tank says, was odd that Dustin spent the whole time by himself over there. I can't disagree with you on that. That was weird, but I don't know. To each his own. Let's see. The Turtle Girl, did you get any weird looks when you went out for meals together? I think we did at one of the places because everybody Everybody had an Aquarium Co-op shirt on. We actually went to the Ram restaurant and took up the whole front area. So everybody had an Aquarium Co-op shirt on, and everyone was wearing a red shirt. So it was pretty cool. A lot of people were glad to see it. Everyone was asking like, what is that? Yeah, Tragic Bronson says their YouTube booth party of 100. Your tables are ready. That's right. I think the biggest that we had was at the Ram. I think was probably like 40 or 50 people. I'm thinking showed up for that. I know that a lot of people had a real short amount of time that they could spend around there. So we didn't have a ton of people, but what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for here? I lost the word. I don't know. We didn't have like an overwhelming amount of people go out for dinner, but luckily the Ram's actually a really big restaurant, so they didn't seem too freaked out by it. Although I know somebody called ahead. I don't know who called ahead, but somebody did call ahead and say, hey, we've got a large party coming. Can you handle it? And they seemed to be, I guess, the only one that was like, yeah, bring it on. So I think everybody else was like, it's Saturday, and we're very busy, so, you know, like maybe you should think about doing something else other than eating food. You know, so I don't know. It was a little bit odd. But somebody called. I don't know who. Dwayne Kitchell is asking, Joel, still interested in your favorite shrimp in the competition? Oh man, I'm gonna have to get to that on a later date. I'm gonna 100% have to get to that on a different stream, because we're gonna have to talk some ins and outs of shrimps, which means I'm gonna be yammering on for a long time. But Dwayne, I will get to that. But Dwayne is somebody I got to meet. I got to meet Dwayne there. We had a great time. We had a great time chatting it up. It was great to meet Dwayne and meet him in person. Mr. Hoffman got bad news. Mine didn't sell. I had a number of people super close, but they all decided they didn't have the right spot for it in their home. Ah, that sucks. I hate to hear that. Lots of people at the Ram. Pretty good food. Yeah, it was pretty reasonable food at the old Ram there. I had tacos, of course. Just seemed like the right thing to do. I was like, hey, man. You know, that guy right there making the food. Hey, Mexican guy. Oh, you got tacos? I'm going for the tacos. So it seemed to be the right move to me. It's Jose Davila's asking, did you get to go to the actual city of Chicago at all, or did you stay in Schaumburg the whole time? I will answer this question with yet another thank you to Iris and Eric, the Gone Mad people, the Gone Mad folks, the Gone Mad people. I don't know, that's the weird way to put it. Eric and Iris Gone Mad. They were my hosts. They set me up on their really comfortable futon, really nice futon. They have like this really cool basement apartment, sort of in the northern part of the city, and I definitely have some video and some stills from the part of the city that I got to go around in. Honestly, I would have really liked to spend 5 whole days shooting video in just downtown of the city, but it really worked out to be about a half an hour here, 20 minutes there, half an hour here, 20 minutes there. The convention pretty much sucked up all the time, because it's like you get up in the morning, and then we were commuting in, which another thank you to Eric for driving me in, hanging around, and just basically spending really long days being around the convention, all that kind of stuff, coming out to dinner, going to Biscuits and Gravy. I got Biscuits and Gravy at 3 different restaurants. One of them was Bang Bang Pie and Biscuits. One of them, oh man, I'm gonna forget one of them. Maybe it was the Hearthstone, I think. The Hearth, maybe. And the other one was Pauline's. They liked Bang Bang. I liked Pauline's. Pauline's was like grandma's Biscuits and Gravy. That one was my favorite. And it might have had something to do with the aesthetic in there. The aesthetic was, this is an old cafe restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, Fireside was the other one. Dang, I was like Hearthstone. I guess a Hearthstone is a part of a Fireside, so at least maybe I'm sort of close, I guess, maybe. But especially thank you to those guys for coming out. As you guys saw, Turbo Fish was the candy guy. Mr. Jeffels himself, the birthday boy from yesterday. Super awesome to get to meet him in person. We got to hang out a lot and shoot the bull. And I actually got to go hang out on his birthday. So how cool is that? He turned 30,000 years old yesterday, which is an impressive age for such a young face. You know what I'm saying? He's got great skin. You know what I'm saying? He's got that young, great skin. It's not all craggly like mine. But there's a whole bunch of people I got to say thank you to, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, other than just saying thank you right now, and moving on to some of the other stuff, like the rats of unusual size. Definitely rats of unusual size in Chicago. One of them came creeping up on me in the middle of the night. Just gave me a little wink and a nod. You know what I'm saying? He looked at me, I looked at him, and definitely not freaked out. Definitely a rat the size of a cat, and yeah, just as soon as I kind of spazzed out a little bit, he ran off. But definitely was not freaked out by my presence as he just came walking up to me. So that wasn't too bad. Let's see. Oh, somebody retracted their comment. Look out. Let's see. Is AE at New Jersey next year? Yes, Jeffro. The Aquatic Experience next year is in New Jersey. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, it shall be in New Jersey next year. And people have been asking me, am I planning on going? My plan is to go, yes. As I've stated before, and it hits some people right in the wrong spot. It hits some people right in the wrong spot when I talk to them about this, when I bring up this kind of stuff. If I go, hey, if you want me to be at the Aquatic Experience next year, head over to the Patreon, kick in $1, kick in $5, and just it's $1 a month, it's $5 a month, it's $10 a month, it's $3.14, whatever you want to set it to. Guess what? I'll show up to this kind of stuff. I'll help you do this kind of stuff. I'll come talk to you and have a great time, and probably be way more motivated at shooting better video as time goes along. Because I mean, come on. But a lot of the cost was mitigated by being able to stay with some friends and stuff like that, like the Gone Mad guys, like Eric and Iris. They let me into their home to stay there, save me on the hotel cost, help to drive me around, and also very, very generous with buying me he bought me breakfast every single day that we were there. So huge, definitely huge stuff. But it's still, even just the taxis coming from my house to my airport here worked out to be $120. Which is funny because, when I was talking to Eric about it, he's like, man, that's so expensive to take the cab. Well, it's more expensive to park my truck at the airport. It's $180 in order to park my truck at the airport. And when we were talking about it, I was like, oh, hey, we're going to what's the word? It was going to be $100, but it turns out it's more expensive during the day. During the weekday, it's apparently really early in the morning. It's cheaper, I guess. I don't know. So it did. It's just one of those things. Like, there goes $120. Airfare was like $400 something, and all that stuff just kind of adds up to be a pretty expensive time. Plus, I'm not able to work the whole time, so it's just, that's the reason for the Patreon and all that kind of stuff. And if the Patreon keeps doing as well as it's doing, then I'll be at the Aquatic Experience next year in New Jersey, and hopefully more equipped, more ready, and hopefully I'll have some shirts that I can give away for free. Because I tell you, Corey making me jealous with being able to give away all them free shirts. Because that's what I want to be able to give away, a bunch of free shirts too. It's like, I'm not normally jealous of other people or anything like that, but man, I wish I had a bunch of boxes of shirts I could give away to people. That would have been badass. We're not there yet. Hopefully we'll get there at some point in time. Let's see. I'm going to catch up on the chat here a little bit. As Sashimi Whiskey is saying, I took pictures of people's feet. That's right, I did. That's going to be a later video that Sashimi Whiskey happens to know a little behind the scenes on. He knows what's up. We're going to be I'm going to be posting you guys some of the fashionable footwear from the Aquatic Experience, because it's super easy to just take pictures of the aquariums and post those up and then make a video out of it. But what's more difficult than that? The footwear of the Aquatic Experience shall be coming out fairly soon. So hopefully everybody will look forward to that. Oh, and there's JH. There's JH himself. He wanted to interview me. He's too good looking. I can't be on the. I can't be getting interviewed by a guy who's better looking than me. You know, that good looking, right? Put me to shame. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, maybe we'll figure out how to do a Virgin Islands, a collaboration from the Virgin Islands. We'll see. Let's see. Who knew Jimmy likes toes? Bill Elsden. Damn it. I got it wrong again, but I got it. Elsden. The organizers from the convention stated they originally planned to have the Aquatic Experience travel around in the Midwest and Northeast. They've been working out the kinks in Chicago first. Oh, okay. So they planned on moving it around and going to different locations. That's going to provide a lot of problems. Personally, I've seen that before. About every time you go to a new place, there's going to be a whole bunch of new problems to deal with. Oh, the bitty browns. Come here, Bit. Come here, Bitty. Come here. Come on. Oh, the bitty brown dog. All right. If anybody was interested, Little Miss Bitty Brown. Little Miss Bitty Brown, miss you all so much. She was a super good dog, and she's feeling great. Mr. Chips is feeling great. They were both, it's just nothing tops how excited the dogs are. You know, when you get home and they haven't seen you in like 4 or 5 days. They were both super excited to see me. I think they were about to have a heart attack. And as we come up to the end of the show here, I don't know if I've even said anything the whole entire day here, but here's a thing that I wanted to mention. There may or may not be another dog adding to the family here. Victoria has found a blue heeler puppy, and as you guys may or may not know, the blue heeler breed is my utmost favoritist type of dog, other than a Corgi blue heeler mix. So does the blue heeler come in at number 2, or does the Corgi come in at number 2? Corgi would be like number 6, but Corgi blue heeler, that comes in at number 1. Blue heeler is by far my most favoritist dog, and that's mainly because I didn't ever know that Corgis and blue heelers had mated to make a Corgi heeler. But she's sending me pictures of a blue heeler dog that she is 4 months old, and she was saying that she may or may not want to get him for Christmas. I told her I cannot handle any thoughts today that make any long-term no long-term thoughts. I can't handle any long-term thoughts right now with just how frazzled I am. So hopefully we'll be able to talk it tomorrow. Crew Kid says, I want a Mad Max dog. That is a blue heeler. That is a dog that you're looking for, is a Mad Max dog. If you're looking for a Mad Max dog, that is the dog you're looking for. super dog, but you got to be prepared to run your buns off, because when I had a blue heeler, I had to take him running every single day, which is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. It is a good thing to have a dog that forces you to go running, right? So, blue heeler foster puppy, they're a lot of work. Yes, they are. They're a dog you definitely have to work with, but it's a good thing. Let's see. Jeff Rose asking, did Victoria change all the water in the tanks while I was in Chicago? No, I changed the water. I changed all the water and got everything prepped. What's the word? So that all she had to do was feed while she was gone. Yeah. So she didn't actually have to do any water changes or anything really like that. It was all mainly just feeding is all she really had to do, and make sure that the lights were turning on and off and stuff like that. But either way, we've hit the 5 o'clock mark, and hopefully I answered some questions. I'm not sure. Chat was running by pretty quick. As I mentioned earlier, go check out the Bill Elsden. Gosh, I can't say that right. People were asking me at the convention, what's the biggest person that's there? Is Heiko Blair is the guy that I definitely got a chance to meet him, which he's a badass dude. I've seen him talk before. I've listened to a lot of his stuff. That guy is awesome. That was the dude that I was awestruck by. And most people weren't privy to the talk that we were at. There was a presentation that we were at, and Heiko got up and said pretty much the exact thing that I was thinking, which was the thing that the presenters didn't want to hear. But I love that dude, and he just kicks ass for sure. I wish I knew him. I don't know him at all, but it was great to meet him and say hi and shake his hand and just say thanks for being himself. Yeah, here's a happy Monday to everybody out there. Special thanks to everybody on the Patreon for kicking in and doing all that stuff. Don't forget to use the Amazon banner if you're going to be buying stuff from Amazon on darkstararts.com. Check that out. Then what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, you check out Darkstar. Don't forget to go to Aquarium Co-op if you're going to buy some plants. I don't have any plants for sale. Go there. Buy them. And everybody have a fantastic evening. Don't light off any fireworks. The Patreon credit roll is coming. It's halfway done. I didn't finish it before it was time to do the show today. So I can't run through all the names today, but it will be coming up very soon. And I hope everybody has a fantastic Monday evening. Bob Steenfot is live in just a couple of minutes. So head over to Bob Steenfot's live stream. If you haven't got enough live stream or heard enough about the Aquatic Experience, head over there. He'll be chatting, I'm sure, about the same thing. And probably saying that I farted next to him or something like that. And I'm sure it'll be funny. He'll probably tell you about all the ribs that he ate, which was delicious. He was actually eating ribs for dinner. I was impressed. I thought that they didn't bring him his dinner. It turns out he was eating ribs as his dessert, which was amazing. I had ice cream because I'm an ice cream for dinner kind of guy. And so hopefully everybody has a... like I said, have a fantastic evening. Head over to Steenfot and say Corvus sent you, and have a delicious evening, and keep doing what you're doing out there, and I appreciate it. All right. Later. Where's the button? Has anyone seen the button?